Hi guys, as you know, Question Time hosted an audience completely of people who voted for Brexit, which was mad enough. However, the host was unable to get someone from the Tory government to appear on the show. Surprise, surprise. Instead, they got two halfwits, one being John Redwood, who is a Tory, and the other being a former Brexit MEP and guy who voted for the Withdrawal Agreement, which contains the Northern Ireland Protocol, but wanting it gone, Ben Habib. But did Ben Habib here say something that is potentially libelous? Have a listen.
We've got 30 seconds left, so I better let Ben get something
on the border. Varadkar, Simon Coveney weaponised the border. They threatened violence.
No, sir, they did not. And how dare you say that? Now, what is he talking about? Now, the Irish government didn't want Brexit. The people of Northern Ireland didn't want Brexit. The people of the Republic of Ireland didn't want Brexit. No one on the island of Ireland, well, very few people on the island of Ireland wanted Brexit. Ben Habib wanted Brexit, even though he doesn't live in Northern Ireland. And he was happy to see a hard border put on the island of Ireland. Now, what was Simon Coveney and Leo Varadkar talking about? They were talking about how if checks had to be carried out on goods moving from Northern Ireland into the Republic or vice versa, you would need some sort of infrastructure. At the moment, you don't need infrastructure because they're part of the same market. That's what the Northern Ireland Protocol is there to maintain. But Ben Habib and the DUP and others like them didn't want that. They wanted a hard border on the island of Ireland. Now, the Good Friday Agreement is against the idea of, it's talking about removing infrastructure, because before, until the 1990s, there was infrastructure on the border. There was security checks. There were soldiers. There were members of the RUC there. That was all removed as part of the Good Friday Agreement, that the DUP and people like Ben Habib, it seems to be, are against. Now, removing the infrastructure helped de-escalate the tensions on the border. Putting infrastructure in place would re-escalate tensions on the border. There is no infrastructure at the moment. If you wanted checks, you would have to have infrastructure. If you have infrastructure, it needs to be protected. You need to have security forces there, which is against the Good Friday Agreement. That's what Leo Varadkar, that's what Simon Coveney were talking about. There's a risk that if you put infrastructure there, you'll need to have security forces protecting it, because it will attract paramilitaries. They will try and attack that infrastructure. That's why we want to stop infrastructure being put on the border. But people like Ben Habib and the DUP don't care about that.
If we didn't put a border down the Irish Sea, and what we've got now is a border right down the middle of the United Kingdom, that is an abomination to me, and it should be.
Then why did you vote for it, you frigging idiot? He was a member of the European Parliament. He was a member of the Brexit Party, and he voted for the Withdrawal Agreement, which contains the Northern Ireland Protocol. Now, which is it, Ben? You didn't read it, or you voted for it and you didn't care? You can't complain about it now. And then you have the people clapping for him because they don't understand what they're clapping for. Ben Habib is a charlatan because, or he's an idiot. Which is it? He's either an idiot or a charlatan, because if he's an idiot, then I don't know why he's appearing on this show. If he's a charlatan, well, he shouldn't be on the show either, but he knew what he was voting for. Either he didn't know what he was voting for, or he knew, and now he's pretending he didn't.
Your Brexit created, which your narrative created.
All right.
And we have to terminate that border as the first starting point.
I'm afraid that's...
And put the border where, Ben? So you get rid of the border in the Irish Sea, where it is now, as a consequence of Brexit. Where do you put it? Well, Ben doesn't care. He would probably suggest we'll put it on the island of Ireland. And to hell with the consequences. Because Ben doesn't live there. Ben doesn't give a crap about the peace process. Doesn't give a crap about the consequences of his actions. Charlatan Brexiteers living in England who don't understand Northern Ireland, don't care about the island of Ireland, and just want their Brexit. Is this a grift that he's on? Why does he care about Northern Ireland? He keeps banging on about the Northern Ireland Protocol. The protocol needs to be gone. He has no power. He's not even an elected representative? Why was he invited onto this show? He voted for something that now he's against, and he wasn't even elected recently. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.